Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Matrix MicroBytes webinar series. I am Laureen Zarba, and today is the 6th module of 7. Okay, today's topic is the client collaboration part of Matrix called One Home. You've probably been wondering about One Home and how this all works. So let's get started. Now, what is One Home? One Home is a client portal, and you might be familiar with client portals from Stratus. We had Collab. And before that, we had Listing Book, okay, if anybody remembers that. So Collab, just like One Home, gave access to your clients to the MLS in a platform where they can search for listings and do different things, but under the umbrella of you, who communicates with them, or they communicate with you, and you get to see the client activity. I mean, that is the beauty of a client portal, is that we can see the activity. So we are not guessing on what our buyers are looking or where they want to live and things like that. And in Matrix, you have a lot of access to that, which I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from the client experience and what it looks like for the agent experience. So how do they get into One Home? There's no invitation like there was in Collab. We used to invite them and wait for them to accept the invitation. All you do is send them a listing. Could be one listing, and they will open it up in the landing page of One Home, which I'm going to show you. And then from there, they could activate their account. So let's just start. Before I go into One Home and what it looks like and all of that, one of the very first things that you should do is make sure that your branding is up to date and your pictures in there and all of that. So this way, when any of the clients are working or communicating with you, they have your information. Now, in any of the Matrix classes that you might have taken, I took you into my Matrix, my information over here, but also in the right-hand corner, so hello, Laureen, that's me. You have settings, okay? That is even more profile setups and defaults in there. So if you click on settings, this is where you're going to go to set up a lot of different things in Matrix, but you're all here for the client portal, which is One Home. And the first thing you want to do is to go to my information. Again, Matrix has a few places for the same thing. And we're going to do portal notifications. So these two things are the first thing that you should look at before you start sending listings out. My information, you might have gone in here already. Now, a lot of this is coming from the MLS, so if it's grayed out, you cannot change anything, but you might have a place for your cell phone in here. And then I'm going to skip over to email signature. Hopefully you've gotten that in. If you haven't, do that today. Get your signature in. And your signature would be your name, designations, your office, your title, professional title, and any contact information. Again, you can upload your photo here using the image button here. So make sure you have that. And then there's a tab for One Home. We really didn't talk about it in the other classes. So today you're going to look at that. And in here is where you're going to set up your profile for One Home. Now, my photo is here. You want to change it. Don't have a photo. Make sure you upload it. And in the contact information for One Home, it'll give you an opportunity to link your social media sites in here and have that available for your clients as well. So it's places for that. You could put your agent website URL here. Of course, mine is kind of empty because I'm not an agent, but you're going to fill in all of this. Profile content, I put love where you live. You might have some kind of title that you use. And you could put content about yourself, a video if you would like, and spend some time with this because you're reaching out to clients and they want to be able to check and look at your profile and all of that. So that would be here in the One Home part. So make sure that you visit this. And the way I got in there is over by your name, I went into settings. Now, the other place that you should visit after you go to my information, which you might have done already, is the portal notification settings. If you're not familiar with portals, client portals, the beauty of client portals is that we can get notification based on things that we want to be notified about. Like when they favorite something. If they favorite a listing, I totally want to know. I might want to text. If they dislike something, you might want to get a text for that or email. If they add a note, if they save a search, if they visit the portal for the first time, that might be something I want to know right away. There are other places in Matrix where you will be notified of the client activity. Believe me, there are in a lot of places. But this just adds a little extra so that you can put in, maybe you can get notifications on your phone. Over here, this display on timeline is all checked. And what does that mean? Now, you probably know by now that Matrix has two dashboards. They have a new and they have a classic. The new dashboard, probably the best part of the new dashboard, is it has a client portal timeline that you can just check as you're working in Matrix. I'm going to show you where that is as well. Classic does have something, but it doesn't have this timeline like this. So again, visit my information and portal notifications so that you have, save this, so that you can have client notifications based on, and for me, I'm just going to hit text for that. All right. Let's just look at the two dashboards for a minute before I go in and show you what One Home looks like. So I am in the classic, and you'll see over here recent One Home visitors. So I know, okay, that Camille Johnson, she has a couple favorites. She left me a note and things like that. As a matter of fact, if I click on her name, it's going to take me into her contact page, which as I scroll down, it's not just contacts. It actually will tell you what's happening in the client portal. She's got 10 favorites. I can find what those are. I picked 2 listings for her. She disliked 4. She left me 4 notes here. And as I go down, she did a property fit, which I'm going to talk more about when we get into it. So you get all of that. If I change it over to the new dashboard, I know some of you like that better, whatever you want to do, whatever you're comfortable with, and just switch this over to the new dashboard. This was your default. Over on the left here, if you open the sidebar up, it actually will give you a window of client activity. So you might go, okay, you know what? Let me just check and see what's happening in the client. It's like a door that opens and closes so that you can see activity there. Again, like I said, Matrix has a lot of different ways for you to be contacted on client activity. All right, so that was the new dashboard. And on the side, you cannot open it and close the client portal. I'm going to go back to my classic and stay here for a second. All right, so how do they get into One Home? I know that was the part I had to get used to too, is that you don't send them an invitation, you just send them a listing. So you send them any listing. I'm going to do a search. So you know what? You get a chance to see another search here and send them a few listings, and they open it up in One Home. So you're not saying, oh, what kind of listing are we sending? Are we sending a client full or a customer full? We don't have those. They all will have the same, you'll see, they'll have the same type of listing with no broker information or anything like that. All right, so let me do a search for my client Camille. Okay, I'm looking for active listings and single family, and I'm looking for between 2 million and 3 million for her. And she is looking in East Hampton. So I'm in the postal town. I'll put in East Hampton because that's what she's looking for, whatever. It could be an auto email. This is going to be just a regular email to start with. We'll see if I have time to do an auto email. So she has a price range. She needs a 4+ bedroom. So a 4 and plus. Okay, that'll be 4 or more. So 2 million, 3 million, active, single family, 4+, East Hampton. And then we see the results. Okay, so here they are. So you're looking through, you want to pick a few for her to look, to get. So I'm just going to pick like 3 listings here. I'm not looking at them. I'm just going to, actually, there's a new one here. So let's send that one out. And then down on your action bar, which you should be familiar with at this point, is where we email or print or whatever you need to do down here. I'm going to start with email because that's how the clients get into one home. So I'm going to email it to Camille. She's one of my clients. She's a fake client. But that's what I do. You can create a fake client for yourself so you can see exactly what the client sees. And that is a really good idea. Use not your work email because it knows your work email. Make sure you use your Gmail opt online account if you're creating like a bogus contact person. Here I am down here, and you can text it to them. I'm just going to email it to Camille. Okay, so now she gets the listings. So I'm going to go into my email because I have an account for her. And here it is. Okay, so I have 4 listings. So she will get, here's one home, here's my photo, and Camille gets these 4 listings that I picked here. Now, as soon as she views the properties, she is in one home automatically. And I want to explain it to you so that you're more comfortable with using this. So because you're always here. That's why it's important to do your branding. So we click on the view the properties. Now she is in one home. The email will explain that you are doing these listings to her, sending them to them, whether you're doing auto email or a regular one, and they will be in one home. I'm down here. Your picture will be down there all the time so they can contact you. So see my face down there. Now, here's the thing. Now, we can change the views. Let me go back to the view. It's probably going to look like it's probably going to have the listings here on the side and then the map over here, but they can change it. If they don't create an account, they're not going to be able to favorite things. They're not going to be able to save searches and do other cool things in here. But just know this, they don't have to create an account if they're not comfortable. All the account's going to do is ask them for a password. That's really all it does. It doesn't ask any personal information, phone numbers or anything like that. And we already have your email because we just emailed the listings to you. So they assure me on CoreLogic they're not selling your information because you're not really putting any information in anyway. So they might as well encourage them to create an account. So when you click here, it's going to say create an account. And they would just create a password. So they use their email and password. It's really easy. And then from there, they can say, you know what? They can favorite something and that saves the listing. They don't like this house. That will take the listing out for them if they want to. You can also come on up here and they can search. Let's look at the map. From a buyer's perspective, what do they want to look for? They probably want to look at the schools. And they can click on, all the schools. They might be interested in, where the restaurants and parks and things like that are. That would be points of interest. They can go into, wherever different parts of things. Stratus had this for a little while. As a buyer, I'd want to know where that is in there. They can do things like that. They can Now, anything that she favored would be stored in here. So I have my favorites, which she has 11 favorites. I have to turn these boundaries off. Boundaries. Okay. She has favorites. I have agent picks here. The map. And any discards. So now she can search, and I'll show you that too. But here are some of the cool things that they can do, especially with their account. If they create an account, they have a planner. So these are things we didn't have in our client portals that I've ever seen. So if they're buying, it's going to kind of take them through the buying process, get to know the process, and then the things that the timelines, and make sure financially it'll take them through that. And it also will take them what they can afford, that they need to work with their agent. There is also maybe they're buying and selling and they want to know what the selling process is. So they have this kind of process just to kind of guide them. But one of my favorite parts that I've never seen before is this property fit thing. Now, if you go in and create your own account, as a fake buyer or client, they would urge you to take the property fit. Now, she's already taken it, but I want to show you what it looks like. Yeah, let me change it. It asks them questions based on what type of property they want, okay? Things like, do I want a newer home or do I kind of like a older home? And then they click on that. Now, this is AI generated. So what it's going to do, it's going to ask them a lot of questions about, for me, I'd want an outdoor space. I like more of an open concept. And it takes their information. I don't want to park on the street. Okay. I don't want a smart home. Do you want a smart home? I just skip that. Do you, what they want, what they don't want? Do they want a fireplace? Do they want a pool? It asks them a lot more questions than this. It's not long. It's not like a test. And what it will do, this property fit generated by AI, is that anytime you send them a listing or they see a listing, it's going to have a percentage on it. See, this one has 78%. That means based on their questions, this is probably a good fit for them. Out of 100%, 78% is some of the questions they asked. And again, there is a lot more to it, but I just wanted to show you a little piece. This one has 50%. This one is 69%. Any listing at all that they do will have a percentage. Now they can come up here and they can do a search. Now they could do a search without their activating account. So don't worry if they don't want to activate an account. They're all probably going to do it anyway. It's just a password that they put in. If they're looking, let's say they're looking in West Hampton now. It's going to go down. You're going to go to locations down here to West Hampton, kind of like the MLS Touch works as well. But the beauty of this landing page is no advertisements, no one's bothering them, and they can search for listings. Now, I would just want to show you what a property looks like in here. I just did this search. Actually, I can click on it and just show it to you. Okay, here's the house. They don't get any broker information. So if you scroll down, they'll get the features, property details, the schools, they get the school ratings down here. Okay, if they want to look at the schools, even private schools are listed. And then public record, little bit of public record data in there, like tax information. Property details, which I kind of went through. All of that is here. On the right side, they also get view cost breakdowns. There are financial calculators in here that help them see if they can afford these. If they request a tour, first time I saw this, I said, are they asking the listing agent? No. They're requesting a tour, it's going to go to you, because if they come from you, then that's where their communication is going. So let's say they request a tour and they can put their date in for this, whatever. I'm just going to make this up. And then 2025, they want a tour. I'm going to get this information. 2025 and AM request a tour goes to you. I already checked it. It goes to you. They can add a note, goes to you. Please schedule the showing for the house or whatever. Okay. Again, it goes to you. Okay. So these are the ways they can communicate with you. They can even compare listings. I thought this was pretty cool too. If they see 3 houses that they like, let me show you how this works. They can compare up to 3. So I have that one. I want to add, this camera comes up for things when they have nothing in it. They put a camera in. I'm comparing this one that was in my favorites to this one. And then you have the 3. Okay, these are the 3 we really like. Let's just look through them and then we can see, you know what, it even gives you a cost analysis for each one. And then all the information, you get all the photos. And this is what your client sees. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a really clean looking landing page for them to use. If you want your brand, I don't work for Douglas Elliman, but that actually comes from the MLS Touch, believe it or not. If you have your brand, you can put it in. I was just on it. Let's just see. It's kind of tiny. You can't really see it anyway. There. All right. So this is what one home looks like for a client. Now, what about you as the agent? So how do I benefit from this? And there's a couple of different things that you can benefit by. First of all, the claim. If I go over to my dashboard, I can see what she's left me 3 notes now that if I click on them, and she just left me this note today. Here's the note, and I say, yes, I will set that up, showing up ASAP. Okay. Okay, and then she'll get that note from me. All right, things like that. Another place, which I think is really great about Matrix, is that in Matrix, you have sent emails. So if you go, did I send that? Or what's happening? I'm confused. You're just going to go in here and you're going to see the last communication, which was just here at 12:43. I sent her the listings, okay? A direct email. If they got auto email, it will tell me too. I can click on the 4 properties because I forgot what I sent her, and I can see what that looks like in there. So you can always come into your sent email to keep track of what exactly was sent out and what wasn't, whether it was auto email or it was direct email, which is just a manual one, just like I did for there. The other place is if we go into our contacts. Now, this is not just a CRM, like a normal database of people. In here, it will merge, kind of mesh with your client portal. Now, I've been working at Camille because I created her in Gmail. So if I open her up, you're getting, you get their information, email, cell, but also, again, down here, now agent picks. I'm going to show you how to do that. You pick things for them as well if you want to. I can see what their favorites are. Okay, so they favorite all of these. And you know what? I really like this one. I can star it, and that is called an agent pick for them. And let me just go back. I love that I can hit the back button, just saying, okay. So I hit the back button, it works in Matrix. I can also see they disliked something. They visited the portal today at 12:43. I mean, really, the detail of things that you get. And if I come way down here, I can see that they did the property fit, and I can read it. So I kind of know what they want also from here. But not only that, is that if I did an auto email or I did a CMA for them or I sent them 19 emails, in auto email, which is like a prospect search, here's the last one I did. I can open it up in one home. There's another way to do this that you might remember, but remember, this is recorded, so you can always go back. I can open her account up and look and see what she's doing in there, okay, without knowing the password. Now, you can't really do much. Now I'm logged in as her, so I can see, I could go to her favorites and stuff. The only thing you're allowed to do is to, please sign in for, okay, I didn't sign it, is to star things here. So you could do things like that. So you have a lot of different ways. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. A lot of different ways to see the client activity. All right, last but not least, with the client portal, let me just look at some of the questions here before I go in. What is published in sent email? That is a listing that came up. We call it published. That would be a published listing, not just a regular email, something like that. Also, I will look at these chats in just a second. This is my favorite thing. You as agents, now you're sending listings left and right? Whether you're doing manually and an auto email, which I think I'm going to do an auto email, they can log in to all the clients that are on one home. And the way that they do that is on the dashboard. If you scroll all the way down here, your external links that take you to RPR, Remind, Instanet, all of that is called, there's a One Home Agent website. Okay, One Home Agent website. Way down there, you might not even have noticed it. So at the end of the day, you know what? I don't have time to be looking at everything. You can do this maybe at the end of your day or in the morning, and then pick the MLS. So we're one key. That's the only thing you have to do. It will log you in already. And it will bring up anybody that is in One Home that's connected to me. So again, I have fake clients. There's 19 of them here. I'll know when they last logged in. I'll know if they never logged in. Well, they wouldn't have a One Home account. Here is Camille Johnson. She logged in 8 minutes ago. This guy 2 weeks ago. Maybe somebody's been logging in, you're getting notifications, but they're not answering any of your phone calls or emails. So I'm like, what's up with them? Let me click on their account. And when you preview any of their accounts, you will go in and just in a view type of atmosphere, I can see, you know what? I would do this. I would go to my properties and see what their favorites are, okay? To get rid of the map here, you would just hide the map on the right side so I can see their favorites. So these are their favorites. So you can get an idea of what they're oh, wow, they're looking in a town. They didn't even tell me that they were liked. So of course I did. But now you have the activity that really helps you figure out, especially buyers, what they're doing. But you can ask sellers to come in too. I mean, you can send listings to anybody, and they will be in the One Home platform. It's nothing, it's just a really nice place for them where they can just search, search for listings and communicate with you. They can click on your photo down here. They can view your profile, which of course, I really don't have anything in here because well, I'm not an agent, but you guys could have content in there, things like that. So let me go back out. I have a few minutes, so I want to show you an auto email. And that's another way that they would open up the listings in One Home. I don't think you can't get enough of doing the auto emails. Now, auto email is a prospect search in Stratus, okay? They call it auto email. So if you're going to do one, let's do one, and I'll show you that. Okay, so if you want to do a search, listen, they want a condo or whatever it is. I'm going to deal with the same person because I have that email already. I was using my Gmail over and over again, and it didn't like that, so I had to create a new one. So I'm just going to use hers. And she's looking, she likes the Hamptons, so I'm going to do East Hampton, but waterfronts. Okay, she's looking for waterfronts in East Hampton. So we have waterfront over here. Yes, waterfront. And then, you have features here if they want to be on a canal or the ocean. They do have that. Whatever your criteria is, most buyers have a price range. She doesn't, so that's great. We like that. I'm going to press results. And here's the listings, okay? These are the waterfront ones. I could put them on the map and look at them. Here's the square footage, but I think I'm just going to send them. I'm not sending them to her. I am doing auto email. So I'm going to click on save new auto email. If you didn't see this way you can see what it looks like a prospect search. I'm going to connect this to Camille Johnson. She already has one, but that's okay. She wants text. You can do that. Make sure they opt in. And then I'm going to put in great new listings or something. This is a welcome email that they get. You can customize that. Reoccurring email looks a little on the slim side here. You might want to add more information in there. Again, they get the same email. You can customize it. Maybe it's a friend of yours or, they're a first-time home buyer. You might want to put some nice things in there so they see that. Again, they see you. Now, if you haven't seen this, they have this concierge mode. I really am impressed with this. I think you should be. Also, if you haven't seen this, Concierge mode will not send them listings until you approve them. That's if you want that for this client. Otherwise, they can just get whatever. In Stratus, they kind of just got whatever. And we didn't know what they got until after they already received it. Or you used your email. I'm going to use concierge mode for her so I can show you. So she's not getting any listings from me in this auto email until I approve them. And then you can start approving them right now. So here they are. And you want to approve all 10? I say yes. Maybe there's one I don't want them to get, like this $32 million one or the $95 million one. Wow. Okay, that's maybe they do want those. So then I approve the selected ones, and then they will get those in there. So again, if I go into my email for her, she will start getting these listings from me. Okay, great new listings. Here they are, and she would be in her portal on One Home. Now here's the thing. If they log themselves out, they go to onehome.com and they log in with their email and the password that they created, not overly strict on the password, so they can put something simple in, and then they will be in there. So that's how One Home works. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and some of you that have been on the webinars. It's really important that we help each other through learning the matrix system. I think it's a really great program, and I'm liking it more and more as I learn it. So everybody have a great day, and I'll see you on Monday on my next one. All right, thank you.